Morning! I hope you're all well. Welcome to me and Toby, my grumpy little dog. My name is Rachel, solo mum to one. I hope you're having a good day. It's been a week, guys, but today I am super energized. I don't know what's going on with me. I feel like I've got all this energy to burn. And what's really annoying is that my little boy is with his dad this weekend, so I've got no one to play with. Oh, sorry. I wanted someone to play with today and I've got no one to play with because my little boy's with his dad. So it's just me and the grumpy old dog. You can say hello. Why did I say that? Dogs can't talk. Anyway, let's talk about my week. So if you watched last week, you knew that my auntie passed away last Friday, which was obviously really, really sad. And you probably think you don't seem sad because you're so hyper today, but it's been a week. It really has been a week. We then found out that my cousin, who's about to turn 60 this year, had a stroke. So I was like, okay, what else can go wrong? And then we thought we were going to lose this little one because he kept walking and sitting, and he's nearly 12. And we thought, oh no, his back legs are gone. Now, we've had dogs our entire life. We had when I was younger, I remember having a chocolate Labrador called Sam. Then we had a Jack Russell Whippet called Stubbs, my baby. And then my brother had a boxer called Cooper. And then we've got this little one called Toby. So we know dogs. And my mum and my dad both had dogs in their childhood. So even though we're not experts in dogs, we know dogs. And we know when their back legs go, it's not a good sign. So it was a very emotional week. We took him to the vet on Thursday, and our vet, he's lovely, absolutely lovely. I've known him for donkey's years. When we had Sam, our chocolate Labrador, was put down when I was 14 years old, and he treated Sam way back then. So it's been a long time that we've known our vet. Anyway, he had a look, he moved his legs around, couldn't see a problem. Obviously, being a Westie, he's got a lot of long fur, so he cut all his fur around by his bottom, and there was this huge red blister. It was absolutely massive, which is why he's been walking, sitting. So 70 quid later, we still got him. He's still here, grumpy, but still here. But now I have to cream his butt. So I just finished wiping my son's butt and now I have to do the dog's. So we've got cream that we've got to put on him twice a day. My mum has to hold him and feed him a treat while I lift him up his tail and cream his butt. What is life? Anyway, so that's been my week. First my auntie died. Then we found out my cousin had a stroke. And then now I have to cream the dog's butt. And then this morning, the oven door broke, which is great. So I have to go and get a new oven because the oven door is completely broke. But I have to make a mac and cheese. So after doing a little bit of research, I know that I can use the silicone pats that I've got. And I can put that in the air fryer. So I'm going to make this huge mac and cheese. I've got this very small kind of silicone loaf thing that I'm going to fill up with mac and cheese and air fry it, then put that in a tub and freeze it, and then just repeat. So there's always a way round. But anyway, I've got lots of energy today from absolutely nowhere. I think I had a really good night's sleep and I needed it. I had a lazy morning and I needed a good night's sleep, and it's given me a ton of energy. So I'm going to make the mac and cheese. I've got to change my son's bed, change my bed, clean both rooms and clean the rest of the house. And what else have I got to do? And I want to put a load of clothes onto Vinted. So I'm going to get on with it because otherwise I'm going to be sat here talking all day. And I'll come back to you when I'm making some mac and cheese, and let's see if it works in the air fryer. You're probably going to tell me it won't work, but by the time you tell me that, I've already done it. So I'll find out myself. But let's get on with it and see what happens. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is make mac and cheese. So I've just put on 120 grams of macaroni to boil, and I've already grated 100 grams of cheese, and I'm going to be using about quarter to half a tub of Greek yogurt. It just depends really. I put it in and then I feel like, does it need more? And I'll just keep adding tablespoons until I feel like it's at the right consistency. And then a little pinch of salt, and that is how you do really easy mac and cheese. Once you've got it done, you put a little bit of mac and cheese over the top, and I would put it in the oven, which mine's broken. Or I've got one of these that I'm going to try and put in the air fryer. So I'm going to fill this with mac and cheese and put it in the air fryer and see if it works. All of the mac and cheese I'm going to make will not fit in this, so which is fine, because if it doesn't work in there, then I'm just going to freeze it as it is, and then I'll get it out and I'll just cook it that way. If not, because we'll get an oven in the next couple of days or so. But yeah, what a palaver. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that. And while the macaroni's cooking, I'm going to be making my banana mousse cups and my banana fudge bites, which I've already done videos on, and I'll link it in the cards or I'll link it in the description box below if you want to see how I make those. So I'm going to get on with that, and I think I'm going to listen to some music and do a bit of dancing. You wouldn't think I was a dancer. But I was. Once upon a time, I was a dancer and I wasn't too bad. Anyway, I'm going to get on with doing the banana mousse cups and the banana fudge while the macaroni is cooking, and I'll come back to you and show you if this worked. Let's see. We don't know. You don't know until you try, do you? So we've got to see what happens. So let's go for it. Okay, the pasta is done, and I've already hit my first problem. The silicone thing that I had doesn't actually fit in the air fryer. So the universe does not want me to make mac and cheese, but I see I've got one up on them, because I've got two small ones that do fit in the air fryer. So it might take me a bit longer, but there's always a way around it. Something's always figure outable. So I've got the pasta in there, and now I'm going to add the cheese, a pinch of salt and some Greek yogurt, stir it all up, and then put some in here, top it with some more cheese and put it in the air fryer. I really have no idea this is going to work, but you got to try it, yeah. So let's see what happens. I've got my trusty Asda Greek yogurt here. So I'm just going to start by putting around about 4 tablespoons in. I don't really know. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and seeing what happens. So we're just going to mix all the yogurt in first. I like to mix all the yogurt in first to make sure that I've got enough in there. Then if I've got to add more, I can. But I think that is plenty. That is probably actually a little bit too much. I think 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt would have been enough. So now I've got all my cheese, so I'm just going to take a big handful of the cheese and I'm going to pop that in. And again, I'm just going to mix all that up. I mean, you can always grate more cheese if you want more cheese. I just got 100 grams there, but I don't think that's going to be enough because my son loves cheese. And again, what most people do. But there we go. Nice and cheesy pasta. Nice and cheesy. I'm so sorry if my hyperactivity is annoying you today. So, I'm really nervous. I don't know why. You know, you've got to try these things, haven't you? But you just don't know. So I'm going to put some in these little silicone things. But how long do I put it in the air fryer for? And what temperature? Oh, I don't know. Oh, we'll guess it. We'll guess it. The thing is, people started cooking. They didn't know how long to put things in for or what temperature to put it in. Did they? They just guessed. And then they adjusted as they needed to. So that's what we're going to do. I have lined the bottom with parchment paper in case the cheese oozes out. At least it will go on the parchment paper and I won't have to be like scrubbing my cheese off the bottom of it. So I've got them in my little silicone things, look. And I'm going to top that with some more cheese. Do you know what? That is probably the perfect size for my son. Try and keep all the cheese inside, but yeah, there. Whoo! Does it fit? It's got to fit. Yeah. Okay, there's one. One. Okay, let's try the next one. Obviously, I'm going to have to take the mac and cheese out of here once it's cooked because I've got more mac and cheese to cook and I've only got these 2 little silicone things. I'm going to need more cheese. So I haven't got enough cheese to put on the top of the others. But yeah, so that's that one. And we're going to squeeze that in as well. Can you see? Can you see? Okay, let's do 10 minutes on 180. Let's try 10 minutes on 180. I'll show you what they're like when they're done. The air fryer just went ping. So it's the moment of truth. Oh, my God, I really hope it worked. Okay, let's find out. I'm not looking. I'm not looking. It worked! Look! How amazing! Oh, that's hot. Of course it's going to be hot. It was in the air fryer. Oh my God, it worked, guys. It's amazing. Let's see if I get one out. Look! Okay, I'm going to put these in some tubs and then leave them to cool, and then fill them up with some more mac and cheese. See, we don't need an oven. There's always a way around it. So yeah, I'm so happy. So there you go, guys. If your oven breaks or your oven door breaks and got an air fryer, here's a quick meal that you can whip together for your kids. Yay, so happy. So I've just put it in the tub and it hasn't quite cooked underneath, but that's okay. That's okay, because I am actually going to be freezing this, and then by the time I cook it for my son next week, we'll have the oven. Then I can put it back in the oven with some foil over to finish cooking it off. So it's not cooked all the way through. If I wanted it cooked all the way through, I'd probably turn the temperature down a little bit more. 180 is probably a little bit too high to cook it all the way through. But again, as I said, I'm going to let these cool and freeze them. And then when I make it for my son, I'm going to put it in a small casserole dish, put foil over it, and then put it back in the oven to finish cooking. So I'm not going to feed him like raw stuff because I'm not going to hurt my son, obviously. But it hasn't cooked all the way through. But if you're going to do what I do and you freeze it and then you just get it out to reheat it, when you reheat it, it will just cook the rest of the way. So I'm happy. I'm chuffed with it. So I'm just going to carry on. Mac and cheese all done in the air fryer. So these two here, I didn't put them on long enough, so I don't think they're fully cooked through. But like I said before, I will reheat them in the oven, put foil over them in another casserole dish, obviously not plastic, and hopefully they will cook through. But these four I cooked on a lower heat and I cooked for longer, and they're much better. So they've cooked all the way through. Again, I will reheat them with foil over. But yeah, so I put them on 160 for about 10 to 15 minutes. And these are the ones that cooked better. These ones just need a little bit more cooking. But mac and cheese works in the air fryer if your oven breaks like mine. So all my baking is now done. I've done all my cooking that I wanted to do. I made 6 mac and cheese, which I was really happy about, but I also made some oat cookies as well that I put in the air fryer. I don't really want to put banana bread or sweet potato brownies in the air fryer. I'd rather do them in the oven. So I'm going to hold off a few more days till the oven gets here, and then I'll be making that. But now I'm upstairs in my bedroom and I've got all this lovely clothes to sort through. They are clothes that are too small for my son, or clothes that he just doesn't wear. He doesn't like them. I'm going to put it all onto Vinted, or I'm going to try and sell stuff onto Facebook Marketplace as well. Maybe even go onto eBay, possibly. I'm not sure. eBay scares me for some reason, but I don't know why. I think I get confused with all the fees and the postage, and it just stresses me out. Where Vinted and Facebook are so easy to do. So I think I'm going to stick with those two for now. If you've been following me this month, you know that I've been doing a no spend month. Hasn't gone perfectly to plan, but I'm going to do another video on that anyway. But next month, I can't do a no spend month because I've got my son's birthday, it's half-term holidays, I know there's going to be things that I'm going to have to pay out for. So rather than doing no spend month, I'm going to do a make money month. I'm going to see how much money I can make throughout the month just from things in my house. As you know, I'm doing a decluttering Saturday, but it's kind of turned into a decluttering some point that week because I'm just running out of time on a Saturday or a Sunday. Just things are just busy. So I'm taking all that stuff that I have found that I need to get rid of. These are all the clothes that I've got, and I'm going to sell all of this onto Vinted or Facebook Marketplace. I've still got some other bits to sort out, such as toys and kitchen cupboards and everything like that, and I'm going to sort all that out and try and see if I can sell that too. So January was my no spend month, and February is going to be my make money month, and then we'll see what happens. So has anybody ever done that before? Have you done like, I'm going to spend a whole month just getting rid of things in the house and see how much money I can make? Even if it is only like 50 quid, then at least I've made an extra £50. Now my plan is with Vinted is to get £200 in like my Vinted bank, you know, that can hold money which you can use to buy other items. And I'm going to save that £200 to buy the items that we want to have for our Disney cruise. Because guys, I got such exciting news. Well, I'm excited anyway. I've been saving to go on a Disney cruise for about 7 or 8 months. I've been selling things on Facebook. Anytime someone's given me money for a birthday or Christmas or anything like that, I've put it straight into our savings pot. I looked into a Disney cruise today to see how much it's going to cost me and how much deposit I need to put in. I need to put in 20% deposit with however much the cruise will be that I choose what package I want. Roughly, I think it's going to cost my son and I about £2,600 to go on a Disney cruise for 4 nights. And I need 20% of that, which is roughly around £520. And I have that money. I have the deposit for a Disney cruise. I still got to save for the rest of it, which is like, you know, doable because I'm not going till 2025. But I've got the deposit. So I'm really happy with that. And I thought if I could sell some items on Vinted and save £200, then all the clothes that I'm going to need to go on the Disney cruise with, because obviously I'm going to need Disney clothes. I mean, you can't go on a Disney cruise without Disney clothes, right? I'm going to use that money to buy secondhand clothes on Vinted to go on the Disney cruise. Anything else I get, I would take out and put into my savings account. But that is kind of what I'm planning on doing. So I've got to get through all of this. All of it. I've even got boxes here and I don't even know what's in the boxes. What's these? Oh God, these shoes. I got a pair of shoes here. These I wore to my brother's wedding. My brother got married in 2011, and the bag as well. So, wow, God. So I'll put those on there. I might put those on Facebook as well. They might go on Facebook, and I don't know what's in this box either. Oh God. These are not mine. These are not mine. I would not have worn these. No, I would have broke my neck if I wore these. These are a size 4. I think where my mum works, they were actually throwing these away. And my mum brought them home for some reason. And maybe, I think she brought them home to say maybe you could sell them. Because they were literally just in the skip. They were literally being thrown out. And they look absolutely brand new. They look like they've barely been worn. So I'll try and sell those. Which way do they go in? I did it! I got confused with a box and a pair of shoes. So anyway, I'm going to be sorting through all of these clothes. Any that I don't think I can sell, I'll either give to the charity shop or I'll give to my dad. Because my dad works at a place where women that are becoming single parents or leaving domestic abusive homes, they go to like the women's shelter, they get put in a home, but they've got nothing. They literally have nothing to their name. My dad works for a company who try and source all different things like clothes, kitchenware, homeware that people no longer want and donating, and they'll give it to these lovely women that are going through a really difficult time. So there's anything here that I don't think I can sell, or I feel it can be better used somewhere else, I'll give it to my dad to give to the charity that works in his building that he works in. I don't even know what my dad does. I don't know. The only thing I have a problem with Vinted is I don't know how much to put things on for. So I look through and see what everybody else is putting theirs on for. And I try and kind of like match it, go a little bit above. I mean, the least you can put it on for is £1. And I feel if I had 50 items that I sold for £1 each, that's 50 quid. So I'm not quite sure how much to sell it for. So I'm probably not going to put all this online today. But if you have any ideas of how I can come up with a really good price for clothes and bundles of clothes, please let me know the best way of doing this, because I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I'm going to get on with sorting it all out into ages and sorting it into piles, taking a few photos and kind of going from there. So any advice you have for me to list the things on Vinted, I'd really appreciate it. So do let me know, and I'll come back to you when I'm finished sorting this. It's a little bit later now. I've just eaten my dinner and I'm just having a nice warm cup of tea because it's got quite cold. And I put my Ever Snoody in the wash, so I had to get the old pink one out that I'm wearing now. And it just feels a bit heavy. Maybe I'm just used to the other one, I'm not sure. Anyway, I finished off sorting out all the clothes. There's actually a lot more than I thought there was. I took some photos. I'm going to take the rest tomorrow and then upload them onto Vinted. So now I've just put my puzzle on the bed and I'm going to be doing some of my puzzle because I'm not doing very well. Let me show you how I'm getting on. So this is the puzzle I'm doing, the Lion King puzzle. It's actually a lot trickier than I thought it was going to be. And I've kind of just got patches. So all that mess up there, that's the edges I haven't put around because it's really tricky. I've got the like Mufasa face there, and I've got the Simba and Nala and Pumbaa and everybody there, and I've got some of the border with the movie reel, I think that's what it's called, and I'm getting there, but I still got quite a lot to do and I want to get it done by Wednesday, which is not going to happen, but I'm going to spend about an hour on it now and see what I can do. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. My energy from this morning has got up and gone. So there's no more energy left. I'm actually feeling quite tired now. I was quite energized all day, and it got to around about 4 o'clock and I just like slumped out a little bit. So I've had my dinner. I'm just having my cup of tea. I'm going to put something on the tablet to watch, and then I'm just going to do a bit of my puzzle. And as a single mum, I miss my son all the time, especially when he's with his dad for the whole weekend. I really do miss him. But over the last hour or so, I really am missing him. Like, I really just want him here. We've got into this little routine of watching Gladiator together, and it's going to be on. And I'm not watching it with him, and I'm not watching it at all. I'm going to wait till he comes home so we can watch it on the iPlayer. But yeah, I'm just really, really missing him. Just really kind of want a big cuddle. And he's got a very sore foot at the moment. I'll show you next week how his foot's getting on. And apparently his dad texted me on Friday and said that he was actually crying in school because his foot was hurting, and I can't get to him. So I know my son is upset and he's sad, and he's perfectly well looked after with his dad. I mean, his dad's great with him, so I can't say that he's being neglected, because he definitely isn't. But I think it's a mother's instinct. I just want to get to him, and I want to hug him, and I want to make it all better, but I can't. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm missing him so much. But it is what it is. It's already Saturday night. I'm seeing him on Monday after school, so it's not that long, and I've still got tons of stuff that I could do to keep myself occupied, so I don't overthink it and overwhelm myself too much. But I'm going to end the vlog here so I can settle down for the Saturday night and do my usual flick through Netflix and Prime and Disney and try and find something to watch, and end up watching Big Bang Theory. I don't know what I'm going to do when I finish it. I'm going to do my puzzle. I'm just going to settle down and get another early night in, because I had an early night last night and I woke up this morning with lots of energy. So I'm hoping if I have an early night tonight, I'll wake up tomorrow with lots of energy again. But we will wait and see what happens. So thank you so much for watching and spending the day with me and letting me ramble on with my usual rubbish that I do. I cleaned the dog's butt again. He grumbles and he doesn't like it. But then he seems happy when it's done, like it's soothed and relieved. So keep going for another few days. We go back to the vet on Wednesday. I'll keep you updated on how he's doing. So I do appreciate you watching and letting me ramble. I do appreciate all the lovely kind comments that I'm getting as well. I really do appreciate that. So thank you so much for those too. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. If you are not new here and you are yet to subscribe, again, please consider doing so. Again, I would really appreciate that too. And if you have already subscribed, you commented, you joined my Facebook group, you follow me on Instagram, whatever it may be, thank you so, so much for all your kindness, and thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. And one more thing, I did check before I come on to record my last section of the video that I hit 800 subscribers. How amazing is that? My goal for this year is to hit 1,000. I've only got 200 to go, so hopefully I'll get there this year to hit that 1,000 subscribers. And I can only continue to grow, but I really, really love making these videos. They really are helping me with my confidence. So I'm going to keep going for as long as you are I hope whenever you're watching this, you are having a good morning, good day, or good evening. And I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.